6:44. Welcome back to Q13 News this morning. And this morning we are returning to our stories on the Wisest Generation, highlighting the parents and grandparents with amazing life lessons to share. Doris's story is one of hard work and adventure and staying positive even through tragedy. Now 93 years old and living at Providence Mount St. Vincent in West Seattle, she was born during the Depression, growing up on a small farm in Iowa with her brothers. It was a tiny town with a one-room church and a country schoolhouse, and despite the challenges many families like hers faced during the Depression, she says it was the simple things like walking to Grandma's house after school that made her treasured memories.
And Grandma always made homemade bread, and she had a black iron kettle with beans and ham hock on. So after school, we'd walk over to Grandma's. And then for a treat, she would put brown sugar and butter on that bread, and it would be hot. Those are favorite memories of growing up.
Doris married right out of high school in 1941. Her husband was a farmer, and as their three kids grew, Doris also took on different jobs, first at the local hardware store and eventually as head cook at the local junior high. When she came to Seattle many years later, Doris cooked for flight crews at SeaTac Airport. It was a life filled with hard work, and the most wonderful thing to come from it, she says, all three kids earned scholarships right out of high school.
They earned their way through because nobody helped them, and we couldn't. And they got through college, and when I seen them get their diplomas, that was the happiest thing.
Doris experienced tragedy over the years, losing her first husband to Lou Gehrig's disease. Then, in 2002, her daughter died after a 13-month battle with leukemia. It's an unimaginable amount of heartache, but she says prayer got her through the dark times. And when I ask her for her take on the most important thing in life, even in the face of tragedy, she's quick to answer.
Happiness, I think.
And how do you attain happiness?
Well, you can't do it. You got to do it yourself. You can't expect other people to make you happy. You get up in the morning, and when I leave my apartment here, everybody I meet, I smile and how are you this morning and how you doing? You know?
In fact, Doris says doing for others is precisely how she stays focused on the positive, like regularly bringing chocolate to the man upstairs, who she says doesn't have many visitors.
When I drive in there and say, David, here I am, I got you some white chocolate, to see his happiness and his face and smiling, that does me so much good. If I can do something, just something for somebody, I can forget all my worries and go ahead.
Her focus on others is also the key to lifelong friendships she maintained over the years, no matter where she's lived.
I just always threw a lot of parties, and I always was there for them. If they needed me, I was there. And I think you got to spend time with people as much as you can.
And she has the same approach to family and kids.
Eat your meals together. Everybody meet be together. Families be together at mealtime. And always be there when they go to bed.
Keeping family and friends close and doing right by others are, for Doris, the true key to happiness.
You can't dwell on the past. You can't dwell on what's happened that's made you sad. You can't have that. So you got to look forward. Look forward.
Well, for a lot of us, we get so caught up in life, we sometimes slack on reaching out to our aging parents and grandparents. So I asked her what her advice was on that, and she said, your grandma needs you, go more often, not just during the holidays.
That's a great story. Well, doctors call this extraordinary.